Riders making their way up the hill right now on the warm-up lap as we take a look at the starting grid. Scott, do you remember getting your first AMA pole? Starting to get interesting. Here we go. There's Solis, ready to go live here on Speed 2 with Supersport from Sonora.
Now, if you look right there, Tomas Porta looked like he jumped the gun a little bit, so he's going to have to deal with that. We'll wait and see what the AMA officials declare on that. But pretty sure he jumped start on that deal.
It sure looked like it, didn't it? It's just a little too quick. Well, as Craig was talking about, these guys knew they had to make a little bit of luck in there, and it looked like Tomas was trying to make a little bit too much luck.
Through the pit, which basically would ruin your whole race. So what they've done, they've decreased that penalty a little bit, add 5 seconds to your deal, and at least that ruin your whole race. So there you go.
Dropping back a little deeper in the pack here. 73 Ferrari in there. Dominguez, Cleveland, all in this group. The 40 is OG, fighting over 8th.
With Sam Nash in there too from Atlanta on that. This right here, this is an area you're going to see a lot of overtaking as they brake hard in that 9A, accelerate out again. As you're going to see right here as they come in here, this is a great spot to pass somebody on the inside.
That's Dominguez on the 68 right there with OG right behind him on the 40. Across the start-finish line. 73 is Ferreira. Cleveland is right behind him on the 75. And then Nash, Heyman, trying to go side by side as they come out of 2 down that straightaway over here to 3 and 3A. And it's a straightaway, but it's got an elevation change to it right in the middle of it.
It sure does. And it compresses the suspension. You see a battle right here as they dip into turn 5 right now. Off turn 4, hard on the brakes. He took the position. Now Travis Ogier been able to hold Ferreira off, or Dominguez off. So they go over the top of the carousel into this downhill. A little bit bumpy right here. This is one of the scariest parts of this racetrack. This will get your attention, so you need bikes set up properly here. And it looks like he's got a great setup as he makes a good run out on the drag strip again.
One of the most nerve-wracking parts on this racetrack.
It is. When you come in there, you can't see a thing, and the bike unloads, your stomach rises up into your throat, and you just hope that you're right on your line and got the right speed.
Cleveland on that blue and white machine, trying to find a way around to the inside to see if he can pick up a spot on his Yamaha. He's still trying to get around Ferreira.
See, Travis has spread him out. Number 40, OG, he breaks hard in here. Number 68,
that's
Dominguez.
Whoop, now he's going to try to get 2 spots there. Now is Cleveland on the 75. He got around Ferreira, and then he went after the next rider in front of him. Had the door slammed shut on him.
He sure did. I mean, that's tough. That's one of those stop-and-go deals. Right, left, you got to be in the right spot, position your bike just right. Don't want to try to charge in there, and that's exactly what he did. He's lucky he didn't lose another position on the exit of that.
Yeah, and boy, Dominguez just shut the door hard, too. And that's Nash on the 44, the red and white Yamaha YZF-R6.
Sam on the LTD racing team. His brother also competes in the Daytona Sport Bike class. Huntley Nash, we're seeing him in action.
This is a pretty steep climb right here, up out of 3 over 3A, and a blind corner there as well.
That's right. This would be the highest part of the track right here, Ralph, right before they dive down into turn 4 right there, turn 3A. That's 153 feet above sea level. From considering turn 10 is 14 feet. So there's a lot of elevation change in this racetrack. That's what makes it so fun, so challenging for these riders, and I think they all enjoy riding here.
Well, look at that outside move being attempted down through the carousel. That's a tough spot to make it on the outside there.
It is. They leave a lot of room on the exit right there. Trying to get a good run as a hard break down into turn 7 right here.
Ferrer couldn't get it done. Has to tuck back in behind Nash.
So you kind of got to watch yourself as you dip in there. We saw the leaders change spots right here. You can run that out wide and square that corner up, 7A, trying to get a run down through these S-turns, which is really important. There's quite a bit of time in there. But you also got to remember to cover the inside door. Don't let somebody run up the inside, block your run down that hill.
That's 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th position right there, beginning with Dominguez, Cleveland, Nash, and Ferreira. Behind them is Ferris on the 150, who has done a nice job. Wyatt Ferris started on the outside of row 5, and Scott, he's worked his way all the way up into this, inside the top 10 now.
Yeah, he's found himself a good battle right here for the 6th spot. And he's got some work to do to get around Sam Nash and the rest of these guys. As he tip into turn 2 right here, real tricky corner right here. Just like I said.
Yeah, and Ferris is going to get 2 spots as everybody moves around a little bit with the juggling in there.
That's a gift right there. As you tip over turn 2 right there, it's blind number 1 leading in there off camera on the way out. So you got to be real careful. Find the exit with your eyes and pull some of that lean angle out of it before you start opening the throttle too soon. And that's exactly what happened right there.
This one's scheduled for 18 laps. Oh man, we're almost 3 wide down into the carousel through there.
Sam able to hold that position. Sam Nash, they make their way down that infield straightaway. Hard braking, probably the hardest braking zone on this racetrack. Wow.
Ooh, up the inside comes the 110 machine, Lauritsen.
Where'd he come from?
Sacramento, actually. That's where he's from. Let's take a look at this move here as they came up over 2. This is where things got a little crazy.
That's right. Sam Nash right here out front. You can see him pick up the throttle a little bit early right at the exit of the apex. Like I said, the track falls off camera. He did a great job to save that, keep it on track, and, regain a position.
This is 75 of Cleveland, who's kind of dropping back a little bit. Some of these other riders moving their way up into the top 10, like the 110 and the 125 of Lauritsen and McCulloch. Cleveland starting to slip back in there. There's the 150 of Ferris. Chandler on that 115. Jet Chandler. Famous racing last name. Very cool first name, but the guy you raced a lot with is his famous daddy.
That's right. Doug Chandler named his son Jet years ago, and I knew right then that he was going to be a racer one day with a name like that. And I tell you what, if he's half as good as his father was, who was a teammate of mine on the Muzzy Kawasaki days, and a great rider, great development rider, probably a great coach for his son as well. As you see Doug right there on the left, checking his son out. Got to be happy with what he's doing out there on the track right now. I mean, this is a cutthroat class, so it's going to take a little while to work way to the front, but right now Jet's doing a great job.
Northern California's own Doug Chandler out of Salinas area, 3-time AMA Superbike champion.
Runs a little bicycle/motorcycle shop down in Salinas, California. So Doug's got a family. Jet, one of them, and a couple of daughters. He got them mountain bike racing, so they're motorheads out, that whole family, and it's great to see Jet out here competing in this class.
Right now, let's see, Jet is running in 14th according to AMA time, and he's finishing up his victory lap. Nice wheelie. Here's the top 10. That's the way they cross the line. And the National Guard Superbike Series for you as well from here in Infineon. A big weekend of AMA Pro Road Racing in the wine country on speed. For Greg White and Scott Russell, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Congratulations to Benny Solis. Thanks for joining us on Speed 2. So long, everybody.